Hello, my name is Jim Mullany from Sitek Process Solutions. Today is Friday, October 22nd, 2021. Today I'm doing a video source inspection on a fully remanufactured Sitek 260F spin rinse dryer. I'll go ahead and talk about the configuration of this tool, but we do not give our customers' names out on our videos because these are uploaded to our YouTube channel. We do send them a link so they can see the quality of the tool. Their PO number is 4500121. 408, and this would be an international shipment. This system is configured with some of our new insert designs, and I'll talk about those inserts, how they work. But it's a 5-inch max machine. It actually has the Sitek state-of-the-art SlickDevice F1 Controller. There's lots of videos on this training of this video on our YouTube channel, but this is a state-of-the-art system where you can do data acquisition. You can do alarm setting, you can do all the troubleshooting, multiple recipe processing, and so forth. This controller, along with our remanufactured system, makes this tool better than any rinser dryer you can buy new in the market in the world. So it's fantastic. We also have our light indicator. I'll talk about the lights when we're running process. Amber, or yellow, means we're operational. So for the configuration, this is a 260F. It has our SlickDevice touchscreen controller, which I talked about. It actually has a few things. On this order, we're going to be supplying some cassettes. I won't go into detail on those, but it also has the DI resistivity probe. Let me check for that. I can see the DI resistivity probe. It actually has the static eliminator. Let me look inside of here. Okay, it's an inline static eliminator. All right, and let's see, and then so this system is designed to accept the Integris A189-50 cassette. We also have inserts that will, within approximately 10 seconds, allow the customer to downsize to smaller cassettes. They also have a 4-inch Integris cassette, the A189-40 for squares. They also have a 4-inch round, which is the Integris A182-39MU, which you'll see, and also the 3-inch Integris A82M cassette. So what I'll do is I will go ahead and start the process, and then I'll talk about our remanufacturing process. Because the processes are normally longer, we have a short process in here. It's only about a 3-minute dry. Normally customers will run about a 5-minute dry, but I want to be able to show you at least 2 of the insert designs, how well they run. So let's just imagine the customer was just running 5-inch squares. And then all of a sudden the operator comes up and says, well, I got to run the 4-inch squares now. Traditionally, you'd have to remove the whole rotor, get some tools out, take it out, find some tools maybe outside the fab, reinstall the rotor, and make sure everything's lined up correctly. Nowadays, it's way easier than that. You simply take out your cassette, and with the Sitek insert design, you simply quickly load the insert, and now you've made a 4-inch capable tool. I take my cassette of 4-inch glass substrates, slide them in, and hit start. What I'll do is I will, after this process run, I'll go ahead and put in the 3-inch wafers. We've done lots of testing with all the insert designs, so there's no reason to run them all part of the video. We guarantee our tools run perfect. And part of our Sitek remanufacturing program is when you buy a state-of-the-art SlickDevice controller, our systems have to look 95% new, which they do. It looks beautiful, and run 100% new. That's our quality control standards. We only have one standard of the company. We don't have multiple levels of our quality. It's just the highest quality all the time. So we're going through a traditional process, which is a rinse, which you can see the water spraying. There'll be a purge, which blows the water out of the DI nozzle so it doesn't drip back. You'll go into a high RPM 1800 approximately spin off. This will sling the water off the cassette, the wafer, or the glass substrates, and the rotor. Then you'll go into an elongated dry 2, which again we only have 90 seconds, so it's quick. And that actually uses centrifugal force, bowl heaters, and the N2 heat to dry. So we're going into purge, 1800, and it's beautiful. Now we're in a dry 1. 1800. You can see our RPM control. We're at 1800 Pacific. We drop a little bit. There we go, back to 1800. So our controller is a learning controller. Every run, it memorizes the amount of power needed for the prior run. So when it ramps up, it doesn't have to ramp up and down and slowly float up and down to find the correct RPM. It'll ramp up very close to the RPM and then lock on that RPM. So we have about a minute left on this one and about a minute and a half for the next dry cycle. While we're waiting for this to process, I'll talk about a remanufacturing process. So any system purchased by Sitek, what happens, we do a job folder, we have a job review committee meeting. Once the job is signed off, it goes into manufacturing. The system or the parts are pulled. We do complete refurbishing. We reprocess our bowls internally here. We go ahead and then break a tool down to the base level, which is just a metal plate. We start the rebuild process. We rebuild all of our motors, all of the rotor stop positioners, test any of the sensors. I won't go over our replacement policy on this video because it's very extensive and it's part of our proposal. But new windows, new door seals, all new Teflon tubing for DI, all new Teflon tubing for the N2 system. We electropolish all the key metal components for cleanliness. We do complete motor rebuilds. We have all new sensors we offer. Put new filters on the system. So we offer a very detailed remanufacturing process. Once it's built up and dry, it's just the head assembly on a stainless steel table. We have a QC from another engineer at our company. Once it passes QC, it rolls into final test. When it comes into final test, it'll be much like this. It's just the rinser dryer. As you see, there's no exterior poly, no controller mounted in it. It goes then, it gets hooked up to our DI system. It goes through complete DI testing. Once that's done, we have a second QC from another engineer to make sure that everything's running good. Once that's done, it's signed off. It goes into its configuration, like in this case, the poly. Here's an example of poly right here of another system that is going in to be shipped internationally, probably Monday or Tuesday. And then we go through an extensive burn-in, over 50 runs, making sure everything's good. Actually, we do the extensive burn-in prior to the poly going on so we can see all the valving and all the tubing. Then after the poly's on, we do a re-extensive burn-in process to make sure the quality of the tool is ready. Once that's done, it's passed over to sales and we do the video. I apologize on my video. I thought I was looking at 90-second dry 2. It was actually 90-second dry 1 and a 240-second dry 2. So we actually still have about 2.5 minutes. What I'm going to do is, for this video, I'll go ahead and change the recipe, and I'll show you how to do that to make it faster on the next process, because it gets kind of boring just watching the rinser dryer spin like this. So part of our support at Sitek Process Solutions, we offer on this system 100% spare support. We can buy motors from us. You can buy all the ACR valves. You can buy all the sensors. You can buy all the filters. You can buy all the new doors, the handles. You can buy the windows. We have all the new door seals. We have the bowl seal. This system is, all systems are upgraded automatically to our SMC, new bank assembly, so you get new SMC valves. Anything and everything we can supply you. For support in general to the semi-tool product line, if you go to sitekprocess.com and look on the left-hand side, the first 7 buttons are all spin, rinse, or dry related. The first 3 are the tools. We have the S model, as in Sam, the F model as in Frank, and the ST traditional system. So we do any size, any configure, 300 millimeter, more than larger if necessary, down to parts, pieces, and so forth. The next 3 buttons are all the support. You can click, like in this system, it's an F model, as in Frank. You click on that, you can see all the spares we offer. And the same thing for the ST. So the S, F, and ST, we have 100% spare parts support. We also have complete servicing. If you want to send your motors in, if you have servo amps, if you have controllers, we have customers, controllers arrive every day in our repair department. So we have a full range of complete support for your whole semi-tool product line of spin rinse dryers. We have 50 seconds. What I'll do is I'll wait and talk about some of our other capabilities until I run this again. So at the end of 50 seconds, it's called the rotor stop positioner, or RSP. It's back here behind the tool. It actually has a piston that shoots out. It has a bearing that will roll on our cam assembly. It hits a very specific spot we call the home position. It'll upright the cassette to 12 o'clock, which is home. After that happens, I'll hear the door release. You probably can't hear it, but I can hear it. And then I'll open the door and check for the wafers. As you see, the door's locked right now. Excuse me, we have 15 seconds to go. There we go, we're braking. A smaller unit like this breaks pretty fast. Once we hit 70 RPM, you'll hear the rotor, well, there it goes, it fired. And I just heard the door release. So, feel for some heat. Ooh, nice and warm. Cassette's nice and warm, looks dry, looks great. Okay, so let's say the operator says, okay, I'm done. Uh-oh, here comes a 4-inch batch of wafers this time. What do? We get another insert. So the operator walks over and says, oh, I need to run 4-inch. Instead of using all the tools to take this apart, you take our insert, you slide it in, and you would simply be able to process 4-inch wafers. Oops, there we go. Just like that. What I'll do is I'll put the 3-inch for convenience just to show you like, all the wafer sizes. So then the process is over. Operator says, uh-oh, I got to run 3-inch right now. What are we going to do? Pull this cassette out, take this insert out, and here comes the operator. Okay, I've got my 3-inch wafers, and I got my 3-inch insert. Simply slide it in, less than 10 seconds. H-bar always goes back. And voila, you're running now 3-inch or 75 millimeter wafers. I'll go ahead and run this process, and then I'll talk about more of our Sitek support. Okay, so I talked about the SRD support. Again, on our left-hand side, there's multiple buttons on our website. After the rinser dryers, we have a button for the semi-tool SST, SAT, that's the acid and solvent systems. We have a variety of spare parts we offer for those. Not near as depth as our spinner and dryers, but we have a lot. The next button down is Vertec. Vertec was a competitor of Semi-Tool years ago for the spinner and dryers. In 2018, Sitek, we purchased that company. We now are the OEM for Vertec. We have all the drawings, all the software. We are the OEM. We have complete spare parts. We sell 8-inch systems, 6-inch systems, 4-inch systems, all single heads, double stacks, everything. We've really been ramping up the Vertec manufacturing over the last year and a half as our team learned how those tools worked and how the repair service worked. And we also offer full repairs on the controllers. That would be the 1600, the 1855, excuse me, the 1655 and the 1800. Same thing, we're going into our purge now, real quickly. Nice and smooth, this is nice. You wouldn't even know it's running if I didn't move. Or I hear the beeping of the controller. Okay, for reference on our controller, green means we're running good. So we're in process. Remember, amber was idle, green is running good. If you had an error, it would be red at the end, and then our alarm screen would come up. You push the alarm button, it'll bring up all the possible alarms, and they'll be flashing the ones that are not working. But as you can see, we have the N2 on, the low pressure purge is on, the N2 heater's on, and the bowl heater's on. The nice thing about our SlickDevice controller, it has built-in N2 savings. And I'll probably show that in this video just for the convenience. So normally when a spinner and dryer is sitting idle, it's using nitrogen the whole time, non-stop, using nitrogen. With our N2 system, you can set up how long you want. Traditionally, people do 30 to 60 seconds. After you've done processing your wafer and close the door, we will then turn off the nitrogen until you come over with your next cassette of the substrates. We've had customers do particle testing with and without the N2 on. They found that there's no particle generation because of the N2 turning off, which is fantastic. Basically, it's a straight money saver. 100% free money back to the fab. Okay, so we have about 20 seconds to dry one, then we're going to go into elongated dry two. So I've talked about our spinner rinse dryers. Let's talk about some of our other wet processing. We are the #1 remanufacturer of the Floorware Integris box washers. That's cassette and box washers. They're a quite large system for cleaning all of your cassettes and boxes. We have spare parts, we have systems, we have a heater replacement, arm-on controller replacement, all the nozzles, all the hubs, everything. You go to our website and you'll see pretty much anything for those tools. We also do refurbishing of a lot of the K&S, Ultra T and Ultra Tech mask and wafer scrubbers. Those are the single wafer processes. Again, we always have 3 to 5 in stock at our facility here, we are the expert on those. So in wet processing, you've got spin rinse dryer technology, cassette and box cleaning technology, and single wafer processing technology. All with DI, all with surfactants sometimes, and with heat and dry. We also have, which I can see out in manufacturing, we do photoresist pumps and controllers. We have customers send us on a regular basis their IDI, Cyborg, or Millipore pumps, and we do complete rebuilds for them. I see over in our pump area, we've got an IDI 400 that's been rebuilt. I see a Millipore being rebuilt right now. It looks like the customer bought a whole Millipore package. So we can supply you any type of pumps. We have the high viscosity, regular viscosity, and so forth. Part of photoresist, we also do the YES vapor prime ovens, the LP3, LP5, and so forth, all the way up to larger systems and newer systems. And then we do photoresist tracks. We have single wafer CEE systems, that's cost-effective engineering. We have some SVG systems. We had all of the MTI, but we're discontinuing that product line because of the market doesn't need it. So we have different process in photoresist. How much time do we have left? Okay, about 2 minutes. We also do thin film processing. That would be all from your KLA 10-core particle counters, 4500, 5500, 6000 class, and so forth. We have nanometrics tools, prometrics tools. We have flatness measurement systems. We have stress measurement systems, and so forth. Again, if you go to our website, besides the buttons, there's a search box at the top left. You can put in and let's call it a 10-core 4500. You can put 4500 in there, hit enter. Anything that matches that on our website will come up as a hit. So it makes it very easy, very intuitive for the customer. I'd also like to say Sitek has been expanding. We recently, in the last 60 days, purchased another building, the one right next to us. We are doubling our manufacturing. We have some off-site, so our manufacturing site here is 15,000 square feet. We've already owned our first building. Now we just bought a second building. So our company's been around for 20 years, and we plan on being around for the next 20. So we're very stable, and customers have worked with us for 20 years. Once they start working with us, they tend to stay with us because we are a sales-oriented, quality-driven company. Okay, we have 55 seconds left. Again, at the end of the process, the RSP, or rotor stop positioner, will fire out. It'll find the home position on the cam, we'll upright it, and then I'll go ahead and remove the 3-inch wafers. So why this is finishing up, in summary, this system could do 5-inch squares, 4-inch squares, 4-inch wafers, and 3-inch wafers, all with less than a 10-second change out. It's a dream for customers that run multiple substrates in a fab compared to old technology. We have about 25 seconds left. I'll go over the color-coded light indicator when the process ends. There we go. Braking. There we go. Rotor stoppage just fired. Heard the door release. Okay. So blue means process is over and unload, for reference. Okay. Let's feel. I don't want to burn my hand because it's hot into in there. Cassette's nice and dry. Looks good. Alrighty. So operator says, "Okay, I'm done. 3-inch wafers processed." Let me show you, which I talked about, the N2 saver, which is built into our controller at no cost to customers. We go to menu. Okay, we have different analytics, logbook, manual mode, N2 saver, process settings. For reference to the manual mode, it gives you a warning because only maintenance should be in manual mode. You can do test valving, your sensors, your actuators, the motors, the resistivity probe, all manual. You can do lamp testing. Green, red, blue, amber. See how you can actually go into, let's say, your valves. Here you can decide what you want to say. You can set all valves to off. Let's do the door. Let's lock the door. Door's locked. Let's turn on the. Let's try to check the LPP, low pressure purge. You can't hear that too much. I could. N2 dry. So forth. So see how easy it is for maintenance to be able to check the different components of the tool. Well, let's go back to this, the N2 savings, and let me go back. N2 saver settings. So customers simply, you can turn it on or off. We always say keep it on. After if you have a long process, we have a built-in heater cool down, so all your metal parts don't get hot by running too long of a process without cooling down. So that you simply just say, how long do I want it? I want to say after 1 hour, turn the LPP back on. So the bottom one is your delay. That's how long, let's say 30 seconds. You want to take it out. Some people thought in the very beginning, which we found isn't really true, but we still have it built in, that they want the N2 to come on for a short time during if the tool is idle for a long time. So on here, the timer, you can set it for, let's say, every 4 hours. Every 4 hours, the N2 will turn on very short, just purge the chamber. You can always hit our default, which we have 2 hours, and our default, which is 20 seconds. You can clear those. Again, there are a lot more capabilities inside this state-of-the-art controller, but on our website, on YouTube channel, you have a lot of training videos specific in all the aspects. So that will conclude our video source inspection of a fully remanufactured Sitek 260F spin rinse dryer, upgraded to the Sitek SlickDevice F1. One thing also I want to tell customers, Foxborough, the resistivity probe company, discontinued the Foxborough probe about 1.5 years ago. For reference, Sitek Process Solutions has re-engineered and designed an exact replacement probe. We're being contacted worldwide by companies for this probe for quotes and shipments. So we do offer now a complete DI resistivity probe to support the longevity of the current tools in the field. Okay, that will conclude this video. My name again is Jim Mullany from Sitek Process Solutions. Today is Friday, October 22nd, 2021. I hope everyone tries to stay safe the best they can with COVID-19. And have a nice winter and Merry Christmas in a few months. Thank you.